Well, I was on my way to work this morning and I just saw this on my phone, this breaking news. So we're going to have to go over this and release another video. I don't know, 3 in one day or one 12-hour period. It's pretty insane for me. So y'all remember a couple years ago, Sony and Microsoft were just gobbling up these studios. It was like an arms race to see who could buy more studios and acquire more different IPs and basically build up their online streaming library as much as possible. Remember, a huge huge emphasis has been placed by these companies, Sony and Microsoft, to increase their stockpile, their catalog of games that you can stream, that you can download for free essentially, but you pay your subscription service every month, and then you don't think about it. And then they get you on that recurring billing thing where all of a sudden your price increases. Now it's up to $20 a month, but hey, it comes out without you thinking about it. So you don't look at your bank account and realize, oh my God, I've spent $240 this year on games that I probably could have bought for $5 a piece. So that being said, Sony has not been alone in this. Microsoft is definitely as guilty as anybody. In fact, Microsoft has spent more money, I think, than Sony on so many different studios, and we'll get into that in a second. But Sony purchased Bungie, the original creators of Halo, creators of Destiny, a couple years ago, for $3.6 billion. Absolutely insane amount of money. And that's the thing, is it turned into an arm race with these companies where they were just doing everything they could to gobble up these other companies, again, to increase their catalog of online games, streamable games. Well, now we have a message from Bungie this morning, and this is kind of to be expected, let's be fair, but still it's fairly shocking for a lot of people, I'm sure. So this message from Bungie says, the new path for Bungie, and it's from Pete Parsons. This morning, I'm sharing with all of you some of the most difficult changes we've ever had to make as a studio. Due to rising costs of development and industry shifts, as well as enduring economic conditions, it has become clear that we need to make substantial changes to our cost structure and focus development efforts entirely on Destiny and Marathon. This is a very bad way to start a statement. That means beginning today, 220 of our roles will be eliminated, representing roughly 17% of our studio's workforce. That is huge. That is an astronomical number of people. And I'm sure in some of those people being laid off, there's probably some of the DEI, people who are in charge of pushing the DEI messaging and crap. Some of those people that are wasted bloat on the company, just a financial drain. The thing is, you know that not all of those people are wasted space. Some of those people are integral to actually having a functioning, well-developed game. And so, of course, it says these actions will affect every level of the company, including most of our executive and senior leader roles. Today is a difficult and painful day, especially for our departing colleagues, all of which have been made important and valuable contributions to Bungie. Our goal is to support them with the utmost care and respect. For everyone affected by this job reduction, we'll be offering a generous exit package, including severance, bonus, and health coverage. Well, that's great, but I'd rather have a job. I think most people would rather have financial stability than an exit bonus. I realize all this is hard news, especially following the success we have seen with the final shape, but as we've navigated the broader economic realities over the last year, and after exhausting all of the mitigation options, this has become a necessary decision to refocus our studio and our business with more realistic goals and viable financials. I just want to interject. A lot of the issue comes down to the fact that these companies have put such an emphasis on paying outside hires, outside narrative consulting firms and companies like Sweet Baby Inc., like GamerX, like Black Girl Gamers, to basically tell them what they're doing wrong and how to be inclusive with their games, with their companies. And so much of this has trickled into where they are just bleeding money left and right, spending far more on these budgets for these games, $200 to $300 million for certain games like I believe Spider-Man 2 from Sony was a $300 million game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And they can't afford it. There's no money. There's not enough money to support this kind of bloat. First, we are deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our roles, roughly 12% into SIE over the next few quarters. SIE has worked tirelessly with us to identify roles for as many of our people as possible, enabling us together to save a great deal of talent that would otherwise have been affected by the reduction in force. Second, we are working with PlayStation Studios leadership to spin out one of our incubation projects, an action game set in a brand new science fantasy universe, to form a new studio within PlayStation Studios to continue its promising development. Yeah, I don't see that going well, but we'll just kind of leave that alone for now. This will be a time of tremendous change for our studio. Let's unpack how we ended up in this position. It's important to understand how we got here. Okay, now we get good. For over 5 years, it has been our goal to ship games in 3 enduring global franchises. To realize that ambition, we set up several incubation projects, each seeded with senior development leaders from our existing teams. We eventually realized that this model stretched our talent too thin too quickly. It also forced our studio support structures to scale to a larger level than we could realistically support, given our two primary products in development, Destiny and Marathon. Additionally, in 2023, our rapid expansion ran headlong into a broad economic slowdown, a sharp downturn in the games industry, our quality miss with Destiny 2 Lightfall, and the need to give both the final shape and Marathon the time needed to ensure both projects deliver at the quality our players expect and deserve. We were overly ambitious, our financial safety margins were subsequently exceeded, and we began running in the red. After this new trajectory became clear, we knew we had to change our course and speed, and we did everything we could to avoid today's outcome. Even with exhaustive efforts undertaken across our leadership and product teams to resolve our financial challenges, these steps were simply not enough, and it'll never be enough, because these guys just waste so much money. As a result, today we must say goodbye to incredible talent, colleagues, and friends. This will be a challenging time at Bungie, and we'll need to help our team navigate these changes in the weeks and months ahead. This will be a hard week, and we know that our team will need the time to process, to ask questions, and to absorb this news. Today and over the next several weeks, we will host team meetings and town halls, team breakout sessions, and private individual sessions to ensure we are keeping our communication open and transparent. Bungie will continue to make great games. We still have over 850 team members, for now, building Destiny and Marathon, and we will continue to build amazing experiences that exceed our players' expectations. There will be a time to talk about our goals and projects, but today is not that day. Today our focus is on supporting our people. Supporting our people by laying off people. And this is after they laid off 900 people, closing a studio in London just 4 or 5 months ago, guys. This is terrible. This is bleeding into the entire games industry. Again, we've saw Xbox a couple years ago go out of their way to spend billions of dollars in this arms race with Sony, just creating a massive spending spree, acquiring all these studios, and then turning around recently and shutting down crap loads of them. And again, you can argue that, maybe they should have bought, spent their money wiser, maybe they should have bought less studios, maybe they should have acquired studios with more stable games and player bases. I don't know. There's no right or wrong about it, guys. All I know is the reality of the situation comes down to the fact that these companies have wasted so much money, spent so much of their capital on companies that they had no business acquiring, and now we are in the situation we're in. But I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to throw it to you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all this. Let me know if this is Sony just being too greedy, basically leading to their inevitable demise. But I'm going to stop talking, leave it right there. I'll catch you guys later. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.